Hey, man, you already know what it is. It's that You Heard podcast, man. Back at it again. Episode 36, fam. What's popping, Joe?
Ready, man. Ready for football season. Like, the tournament is over.
Yep.
I mean, nobody really want to watch UConn and San Diego State.
At all.
I feel like UConn going to blow them out, but,
Yeah.
I do want to watch the girl. I want to watch Caitlin Clark, though.
That's over.
She's
over already.
Oh, yeah. Damn, it was over.
Yeah, it's over already. Yeah, LSU handled it.
Did they?
Yeah, LSU handled it. Yeah. Caitlin Clark balled out, but nobody else showed up. And yeah, LSU won handily. Like they had to lead the whole game. So
that's a problem.
It's not that game was so. It's not a weird time. I think it was like at 3 o'clock.
3:30. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, what else is ESPN showing now? Like that they couldn't be on prime time, like baseball,
Sunday night baseball. I guarantee you.
Yeah, that's correct. And WrestleMania going on right now.
They disrespectful to the women's game.
Yeah, man. At least put them on ESPN 2 at 7 o'clock. Like, what are we talking about? All right, man. Let's get into this intro. Let's get into this these conversations.
Welcome to the You Heard podcast.
I'm hurt, dog.
Ben and Joe break down all things Miami Hurricanes football.
Don't ask me if I'm all right. Hell no.
From hot topics to pre- and post-game analysis.
Joaquin said dominate, and we not doing it.
You heard.
I put my heart in this, dog.
Hey, my brother, clink. You know what I'm saying? Listen, man, we are 12 days away from spring game. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Team just had a scrimmage. Don't nobody know the stats. All we got is a 2.5 minute conversation with DBJ about how the team kind of performed and kind of didn't. You know what I'm saying? So like we can't break that down. We'll leave that to the professionals that were in the building. But yeah, man, we're 12 days away. We're about to, you know what I'm saying, meet for the first time. And we got some special announcements at the end of this episode, so stay tuned. We got some special things brewing for that, man. So I wanted to get your take about seeing as you played college ball, right? And this is a freestyle episode. I wanted to get your take on what you thought about the press conferences that the coaches give. Like, are there ever any nuggets that you get from them that you know what I'm saying, like, especially knowing ball, or you're just like, this is all nonsense?
You could kind of tell when it's coach speak and when it's not. You know, I'm not going to bring up any past regime or past coaches or whatever, but you can kind of tell, man, when it's coach speak, when you hear the same phrases all the time. You know what I mean? You hear the same wording, you hear the same type of subject matter. You know, you can tell. But with these coaches, man, you got it. Of course, it sounds different, and it just sounds more genuine. You know what I mean? You got Coach Kevin Beard, who we already know. You know, he came from work. We talked about it last week. He wasn't the fastest. You know, he didn't. You know, he wasn't the quickest. He didn't have the best hands, but he worked hard. He worked. And he knew how to play the position, and that's what he's teaching these receivers, how to play the position. He's giving them the confidence in his press conference.
Yep.
We queuing that up, or
we're gonna cue that up. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll cue that up right here.
So after we get it, I'm gonna tell you what stuck out to me, man.
Let me set this up, man. You know what I'm saying? That's how we do this shit. I like this new layout. See how we're little, you know what I'm saying? All right, let's go full screen here. Bam.
Questions for Coach Beard. Coach Beard back in Miami. Why now?
Shout out to Azubi. Shout out to our boy Azubi getting that first question. Let's go.
You know what? It's not even a matter of why come back, because I just look at it like I'm a servant. You know, I'm a servant of God, and wherever he wants me to be, that's where I'm going to be. And I'm going to do everything there because I know I'm here for a reason. So for me, this is a great opportunity for me to get back home, get back to my roots, and really pour into these kids what was poured into me.
What does Miami mean to you, Kevin?
Oh man, brotherhood, accountability, family. It's really helped mold me into the man I am, the father I am, the husband I am, just because of that one word, accountability. And so whenever something's wrong with the family, it's my job to make it right. And that's what it's meant to me.
What's been your primary focus just for the spring with this group? What are you sort of trying?
At Little Caesars.
Good old ads. Good old ads. All right, so let's break that down, man, while this ad plays in the back. So what did you think about what he said right there?
All right, so immediately I'm a servant of God. You know what I mean? Immediately. So that means wherever I go, I'm there to serve, man. You know what I mean? That's that's what that means. So it doesn't matter what the situation is. It doesn't matter how I feel about the situation. It doesn't matter how anybody else feels about the situation. I'm here to serve God. So I'm going to do the best I can do wherever I'm at. You know what I mean? And that's critical. That's critical. You have a lot of people, some coaches who are in certain situations they really don't want to be in when things are going rough or whatever. They tend to, do things differently, So that statement right there was out the gate an important statement. And of course the accountability thing. We know how accountability is. You know what I mean? He said something's wrong with the family. It's my job to fix it.
Yeah,
that's
leadership.
There's no excuses, son. I don't listen, man. There's no excuses. I don't want to hear none of that shit. There's no excuses, man. I hate that excuse shit. I hate it with a passion.
What stood out to me is the same thing, right? Like he just jumped. Look, man, I'm a servant of God. That outright just shows humility. That shows dedication to his craft. That shows that it's not about him. It's about, like he said, it's about the family. But it's my job to fix it. So just there's a genuineness and an honesty about Kevin Beard just off that alone. And because some people want to like hide their faith for whatever reason, you know what I'm saying? Whatever faith you choose. But he's like, look, I'm a servant of God, so it's not about me. Like it's never been about. Like think about him being in the locker room when Andre Johnson is on the other side. If he was a selfish player, he could have transferred out. So it's always been who he is. So this isn't one thing that he's just telling you for coach speak. All right, let's get back into it.
I'm trying to help them eliminate the fear of failure.
Fam, that right there, I replayed that.
That's it. That's it, son. That was it. That was my point right there. We don't even have to go on. That was the point right there. It's okay for them to fail out here, son. It's all right.
Yeah.
When fans is talking about, receivers just dropping all these balls in practice, blah, 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 blah. That's when you're supposed to drop balls, son. In practice.
That's part of it. Yeah. We talk about practice.
What practice is for. You know what I mean? So that right there, especially as a receiver, you have to have somebody that's going to continue to have faith in you when you mess up, man. Let me tell you something.
Yep.
My freshman year in college, I dropped 12 balls, son. 12 balls my freshman year. You know what I mean?
You still remember that 30 years later. That's crazy.
Son, my receiver coach, man, I had a coach named Gerald Benton. He was the man. He taught me how to play that position. And I was on that jug machine every day, every night, you know what I mean? And it worked out. But without his push, he kept pushing me. He kept pushing me, instilling confidence. I wouldn't have did that, man. And that's how important a coach like that is.
Let me ask you, man, because I never played college ball. I'm famously said that I quit after I got knocked out. That's just what it is. No what is the process of being a receiver? Like we just go like, he dropped the ball. Like, what is the art of like placing your hands when a ball is coming? You know what I'm saying? Like, cause that's all shit that because like we've all played backyard ball. Like everybody who's ever listened to a podcast has played catch. You know what I'm saying? So we just catch naturally. You know what I'm saying? You go to here, you just try to let the ball fall in the little, you know what I'm saying, in the net of your hands, and that's it. But there's an art form when you're playing real football. Like what break that down as to what that's like, man.
Yeah. So I was taught to take a picture. You know what I mean? Take a picture, take a picture, take a picture, take a picture, take a picture. You know what I mean? That's what I was taught. Always catch the ball with your hands. Always taught that. Look the ball in. Always. Because most of the drops are trying to run before you catch the ball. That's most of the drops. It's just a lack of concentration. You know what I mean? You're trying to make a move too quick or whatever. The first thing is catching the ball. That's the first thing. You can't do nothing else without catching the ball. So it's like anything. You catch and catch and catch until it becomes second nature. It's like shooting free throws. You know what I mean? Or putting shots up. Steph Curry probably shoot 500 jumpers a day, half a day, or whatever. You need to catch 500 balls a day, son. However you need to do it. My coach gave us a thing of tennis balls, like the tube of tennis balls.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm in the room throwing the tennis balls against the wall, catching the tennis balls. Boom, bang, bang, throwing it hard. Boom, different angles. Bang, 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 catching tennis balls. You know what I mean? It's just working on that craft. You know, that's it. You just gotta work at it, you know. So
back to what Kevin Beard said, man. I thought that was such a powerful, just that line, right? Gotta show them that it's okay to fail, right? Like it's because for so long it was like the pressure was put on these young men. Were like, the moment you fail, that's it. We're done with you. We're not going to develop you past that. You're done. We're done. Like it doesn't matter who you are.
We're moving on to the next one.
Moving on to the next one. You mess up one time, you drop one ball, you might not see the field again. We saw it last. Look, let's keep it a buck. We saw it last year with K5, right? Like there was some personality, you know what I'm saying, issues and discrepancies between two grown men, a student and a teacher, really, if you want to keep it a buck. We already know who that is. He's not here anymore. So, you know what I'm saying, c'est la vie. But what was just that statement, man, was like, because what that statement says is like, look, you're going to fail. It's natural. Like, you're going to drop a ball that you clearly had. But guess what? I'm going to be right here to support you and show you why that can't and won't happen again. Because I'm going to love up on you and tell you, hey, man, it's all right. You're gonna drop. Andre Johnson drop passes. Great.
Everybody, man.
Everybody drops passes. So to put the pressure on, and I think a lot of times, and I want to jump this idea off you. By the way, I love this freestyle conversation that we're having. So for so many players coming in, we as fans put the pressure on them, like, oh, this guy's gonna be this guy's the one. This guy's the hero. This is it. We don't need nobody else. This next guy is it. This receiver, this defensive end, fam, it doesn't, like, players nowadays more than ever see that shit. And that imagine scrolling through your social media as a 4 or 5 star that just committed and be like, yo, man, Ray's it. Yo, man. You know what I'm saying? Samson's it. CC's it. Kiko's it. These are the ones. Like that has to put crazy pressure on 18-year-old kids, man. 18-year-old young men. But that's where the coaches come in, right? And showing, look, man, don't listen to that outside noise. Let me show you why you're going to succeed. You're going to fail. You're going to fail, and I'm going to be right here with you, man. I'm not going anywhere. Like that's got to be crazy. That's got to be so different than what these kids were hearing last year.
Yeah, facts. And I really don't think the pressure is that great, in my opinion. You know what I mean? I think it just depends on the kid, because if you was that guy in high school, you've been hearing that pressure your whole career, for real. You know what I mean? Especially in Florida, especially in Texas. You know what I mean? And big, high school football towns. You know, and some towns they shut down the town to go to the game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Friday Night Lights.
Yeah, you know what I mean. There's pressure since you was young, and especially if you was that guy, you know.
Yep.
So like I've always tried to tell my son and young, you know, athletes, listen, social media era, you gotta take the good with the bad. You know what I mean? When you're getting busy, it's all good. When you're not, you're gonna hear it. So be prepared. You know what I mean? You can take it when it's good. You gotta take it when it's bad too. You know, it's bad for a reason. You're hearing bad things because you're bad. You know what I mean? So
and the crazy thing is like the nitpicking too. Like you could have a game where you perform crazy. You could have 10 catches for 170 yards, but you drop 2 balls. And somebody gonna be like, "Hey man, you should have had 12."
No doubt.
Somebody gonna say it like, "Okay, I still had 10." Like, what we talking about? It's just about how you view it and you perform and the face of that. And you're right though. Like these young kids, these young men have been hearing it since they were in Pop Warner and Optimus. You know what I mean? Like they've been hearing that their whole lives because everybody's you see kids now trying to get recruited when they're 8, 9 years old. You know what I mean? Because what he might become. So it's crazy, man.
And
it's
you gotta know, your circle, your team, the people around you has to look out for you when it comes to that. You know what I mean? They got to keep your head up. They got to keep you humbled as well. You know what I mean? Because for the 5 negative comments, there's 100 positive comments. Like I stress to people so much. It seems like people like focus on what's the negative part about it.
Facts.
Like there's mad positive. Why we focus on the 2 negative comments? You know what I mean? Like so just having a circle.
I'll tell you what, I've been victim of that, right? Where I'm like, man, I'm doing all this, like why ain't nobody, you know what I'm saying? Like that, like why ain't why ain't nobody noticing? Why ain't nobody doing this? And if I'm doing that on my much smaller scale where like I'm not even out there like that, I can't imagine when like your followers in the 10s, the 50s, 70,000, and those that like 2% gets real crazy. But yeah, man, it's about having a circle of support, good people around you. That's so crucial, man, because those are the people that really know you. Nobody on social media really knows you. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you've never had a conversation with them outside of those 140 or 280 characters or on Instagram, they don't know you. So just keep your head, man. Man, that's why, back to KB, that's such a crucial, that statement was so crucial. Like, fam, you're going to fail. Like, as somebody who make it a GIF, and somebody, you know what I'm saying, somebody do some wild shit, make it a meme, and that's just the era we live in now. Like, we can, like, there's people roasting UM, you know what I'm saying, Miami for only making it to the Final Four. Fam, you weren't anywhere in the conversation. Like, your team didn't make the tournament. You talking about us, like, it's
that's
crazy,
like
man.
people.
It's crazy.
That's like people going at TCU for getting blown out in the championship. Like,
I know.
What?
I know.
They went to the chip. They was in the chip. Somebody's gonna lose and somebody's gonna win. You know what I mean? They went to the playoffs. They went to the chip. You know what I mean?
There
What
was
are we
people.
talking about here?
Let's keep it all the way 100. There was people in our fan base roasting TC.
What?
Fam, like let's y'all gotta
What
take
are
a
we
second
talking
sometimes.
about?
You saw it. Like I seen it all over that on that
Looking
Monday
like,
night. Hey, where were
What?
we? Let's say
easy.
we weren't even in a conversation. We didn't make the Idaho Potato Bowl. Like what are we talking? Like it's just crazy. But social media is what it is, man.
Yeah.
Son, I watched all those press conferences. You know who I was really impressed with? The new tight end coach. Coach Woodell.
Woodell. I didn't even finish. I started watching and I didn't even finish. I don't know why.
That's a big. I don't know what he played. I didn't do the research into that, but that's a big boy, man. That's a big dude. I was like, damn, he young. Like again, another young, hungry, up and comer. You know what I'm saying? Gonna be with Mario at 4:00 in the morning.
Yeah.
Just now that that's what feels different, right? Like this, like last year we projected what we wanted it to be. To me, right? Like what looking at it now, hindsight being what it is, we're like, oh man, we got all these names, we good. And somebody in the comments, shout out to Louise or Lewis, made the comment that in YouTube said that, man, we forget the year before we were barely 7-5.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like people want to hype it up like we were ascending, but like if you really go back to that 2021 season, not necessarily true, but we're like, oh, we got all these names and all shit. But like now, again, not trying to buy in the hype. Long way to go to the season. We got a lot of transfers still to come in. Maybe a lot of transfers still to come out. Ever-changing roster.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But like just as far as the coaches and the way they express themselves, I appreciate that more. You know what I mean? Like just Coach Woodard just looks like that guy looks like he's gonna be a head coach. And I mean like an NFL head coach in like the next 10 years type of shit. Like that guy's gonna jump up quick. So who knows how long he's gonna be here. But yeah, man. Yeah. I'm excited for spring game. It's my first one ever. I've never been to one.
You know,
I've never been to a spring game. It's a practice. You know what I mean? So we'll see what happens.
It's a cool atmosphere, man. Just being out there, you know what I mean. I was there in 2020, which was COVID, so it was only family allowed. You know what I mean? So it wasn't what it's gonna be in a couple weeks. You know, hopefully the weather cooperates or whatever. Speaking of failure, what is a successful season gonna look like to you next season, man? Like record wise, whether it be record wise or not even record wise, it could be just the way we look. You know what I mean? So what's that look like to you?
All right. I'm not gonna put a number on it because I can't. I still want to go back. I want to wait. I'll probably I don't know if I'll ever give you an actual prediction. I might get hyped up one podcast, keeping it a buck, and like after, you know what I'm saying, like fall practices and we got the roster that we're gonna have. I saw in the clip that Trevante Citizen was back at non-contact jersey, so hopefully he comes back towards the end of the year. It'd be nice to see him because I really don't want to see him transfer out. I want that depth to continue in that competition, to continue in the locker room. But man, I think consistency in every game, right? Like you're not going to play the same. I don't want to say like you're not going to play the same dominantly as you would like a Bethune-Cookman to a Clemson, right? Because that's not realistic. But like I don't want to see the constant playing down to competition. Like I want to see accountability and communication within the players. Like I want to see, like I told you, like I want to see some face masks being grabbed, right? Like when somebody messes up because of busted coverage, I want Cam to be like, "Yo, man, what the were you?" You know what I'm saying? Like I just like it won't be a long clip, but I want somebody to like catch it on their phone or some shit like that. So it has to be. We have to go to a bowl game. Like I can't do another below 500 season. I'll say that. But there has to offensive. So I'll give you the offensively. We have to look like we know what we're doing inside the 10-yard line. Okay. We have to control better the line of scrimmage. Against teams that we're supposed to, and fight with teams that are quote unquote better than us. And just stop getting punked, man. Just stop getting on both sides of the ball. Just stop getting punked. I don't want to see a single fucking broken U being thrown by another team. And if it happens, I want a 15-yard penalty. And I don't give a fuck if that. I'll run bleachers I'll run stairs for that play. But I'm tired of being the school that like, hey man, we're not supposed to behave like that because they say that's the only way we behave. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes we gotta like let them know that that's who we were. You know what I'm saying? That's why you are who we thought we were. Sometimes you got Denny Green, man. Sometimes you got to do that. What about you? What do you feel about the season?
Yeah, same shit, man. I just want to be competitive. Yeah, I want to be competitive, man. I want to beat who we're supposed to beat. You know what I mean? I want to see improvement throughout the season. I want to see dominant trench play. You know what I mean? I want our O-line to get a 3rd and 1 easily. Like, we're running on 3rd and 1.
You can't
stop.
do shit.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, that's what I want to see. Consistency at the quarterback position. I want to see TVD get his mojo back. You know what I mean? And let that fly.
Last year it kind of felt like in Space Jam when you know what I'm saying when the Monstars took the soul out of like Charles Barkley. That's what I felt like happening to TVD. That TVD like lost all his swag, yo. Like he didn't learn he couldn't learn how to walk off the field. Just had just no energy whatsoever.
Yeah,
he needs his mojo back for sure.
Yeah, man, and you know, like you said, look like a competent, competitive, blue like top program, son. Like we've looked like a real like middle of the road to bottom tier ACC program, son. And that's you know, we chilling with I mean, I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but we chilling with Georgia Tech and them, man, and you know what I mean, and UVA, man, and we chilling with them, you know, and
you know what's bothered me, and what I want to ask you, like what's bothered me for a long time. You're right about that. We've looked that way even walking off the bus.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like we're like. Zion Nelson, like you know what I'm saying, is probably a first round pick if his knee get right and all that. But Zion Nelson was only other recruited by App State. No disrespect to Zion, you know what I'm saying, developed really well. That's one guy that you but put on mad weight when he should have, because I think he come in at like 250. Like he came in
mad a lot of weight quick. Yeah, he put on a lot of weight.
Came in mad small. Like you see, look at the true freshman we got now. Way over that. Way over that. Like something like go back to Inez Cooper.
Yeah.
Came in almost 4 bills. Yeah. Right, had to lose weight. That's a big, and that dude is starting right guard. Starting right guard. That's you could put that in with a marker in that bitch. But we didn't look right coming off the bus, man.
Yeah.
It was no Jonathan Feliciano's with the tie barely holding on. You know what I'm saying? Like it was none of those. It was like, oh, this is comfortable. I got space here. Like, no, man, I need you to look really uncomfortable in a tie.
Yeah.
Like I need you. You know what I'm saying? So
facts.
Yeah, I just you know what? I want them to have. It's sometimes it feels weird talking about it like this because it feels like a low bar sometimes.
Yeah.
But I want them to have a couple games where they're the ones that show up.
Right.
You know what I mean? Where there's so many games where how the fuck.
That's what I'm like. We've looked very bad. Like I watch football all the time. I don't just watch Miami. There's some people who just watch Miami. I watch almost every single game from Saturday at noon to whatever at night. I'm watching football on Saturday. You know what I mean? And watching a Kansas University football win games, move the ball, look decent, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Whoever, you know, TCU,
a Baylor.
Baylor, you know, just watching them they're not great, no, but watching them move the ball, you know, at least move the ball, play hard, play competitively, win some games they're not supposed to win or weren't supposed to win. You know what I mean? Definitely win the games they were supposed to win. It's crazy. It just doesn't look like good football. When I'm looking at football, it just don't look like good football. It looks like bad football.
Think you know the game that I was like, holy shit, we're far. If we're keeping like, and it's not like looking at like those other programs that are like, I guess if you want to say like on the same level of kind of where we at, and we're trying to get back to where we've been, like that Tennessee Alabama game last year.
That was a good
right?
game.
that was a good game, and I get it. That's like the highest level of college football, right? Like that happens during the regular season. But I was like, just looking at the players, right? Like not the plays that they're running, not just looking at the players per position. I was like, damn, Miami small.
Yeah.
But I think Miami played earlier. I was like, just looking like there's too much space in the jerseys. You know what I'm saying? Like just as far as like how they look, I was like, how are we supposed to not like? You could have all the technique in the world, man. If everybody you play against is your size or bigger, they're going to have that mass over you. Like that's just physics, fam. Like that's just what it is. You might be a really great in your back steps, and you know what I'm saying, how you hold your back ankle and how your hands are. But if that dude is 50 pounds heavier than you, he's 50 pounds heavier than you.
Yeah.
So, and I was watching that game, and my wife was watching. I was like, those guys are so. My wife goes and she watches football like through the lens of like, so you know what I'm saying, like look where she looks up. She goes, those players look so much bigger than everybody Miami's had. Like that, I was like, I can't even say that because like that's my squad, and I feel like partly offended, but she's also a Miami fan. You know what I mean? So like, and I was like, you're right. Like you're right. Like to change that roster over and to turn it over, and for people like that's why like it's so hard for me to give you a number on this year because that's a lot of turnover. That's a lot of freshmen. That's a lot of transfers that are gonna have to quote flow there that are gonna have to hit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you're kind of open on everything, basically everything that went wrong last year has to go right this year. Yeah. And that's just to get the bowl eligible. You know, because we still don't have the depth really at the D line. Defensive tackle, we got a bunch of like
not yet.
You know what I'm saying? We're there because we got Stone talking. You know what I'm saying? We got Rush, we got all these conversations with some recruits. back to back weekends still wild. So we'll see what happens with all that. But I'm like, man, I just need them to look better prepared. You know what I mean? Like I'm tired. That's the one thing I'm tired of, man. What you got?
Yeah, and looking at some of the players, man, I that's why I wish sometimes I was in Florida so I could actually go to the high school games and look at some of these players. Like when I hear people talk, it seems like some people have like kind of Florida fever. You know what I mean? I understand the talent in Florida, but everybody's not good. Everybody's not that good on that level.
Right.
You know what I mean? So you have to be able to, see who's gonna kind of excel and who just because you know what I mean that you watch them, they're cool, they're good kid. That don't mean that they're gonna excel on that level. Like when I watched Jalen Hyatt at Tennessee, right?
Yeah.
Went to Dutch Fork. He's from South Carolina. He played against Mallard Creek. They played against each other. And I watched that kid. I'm like, yo, he's gonna be a problem. Like you can see it instantly. A kid like Jordan Davis or a kid like Trent Simpson, you can see it. You know what I mean? You can see it instantly. And I'm wondering, like, what kids in Miami or South Florida give you that feel? Like, I know a lot of people say Ruben Bain. You know what I mean? Ruben Bain is going to be that dude, Ray Ray. You know what I mean? A lot of people say that. But
a lot of people say Bobby too, though.
Bobby, yeah.
Bobby,
the linebacker Bobby.
Yeah, linebacker Bobby,
yeah. Yeah, son. He looks like that. Yeah. But Miami has to start getting those. As soon as you look at him, you like, yeah, he that one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because you could tell, man, for real. Like if you looking at it through a football eyes, not Miami shades, not Florida shades, not Texas shades, football shades, you could tell. You could tell.
You know who jumped out to me besides, like, obviously can't make it to the game. South Florida for me is 4.5 hours away. And this year I am going to try to go. I'm going to try to go to some IMG games. I'm gonna go try and see what Bradenton, you know what I'm saying, what David Stone and all those guys looking like in person, because I want to see that level of talent and start training my eye to it, right? So, you know who jumped off to me was the defensive tackle from Georgia, right? It was Georgia. Was it Horton?
Horton, yeah.
Yeah, he jumped off the tape for me, like, and facts. Then listening to Kane's insight, and you know what I'm saying, because they got people up in Georgia that covers that whole thing, and I was like, look, that guy's like always on, even when he's not, you know what I'm saying, like when he's coming off to get a blow, he's still hyping up his teammates like that, and I don't think he's there yet. He comes in the fall. He comes in like May or June, so. That guy jumps off to me. Like, I think that's what I think a lot of times, like, this is where, like, I try not to get hyped up about the new staff and Mario. Was like, I think we've gotten accustomed to realizing that the previous administrations only coached their specific kind of guy. I mean, like, just the ones that the net was easy to cast for. No disrespect to those players. You know what I'm saying? But, like, oh, he always wanted to be a Kane. All right, I don't really got to try. Like, shoot or shoot. You know what I mean? Like, shoot or shoot. And these guys, they shoot across the country. Like, they're going after guys in Idaho. You know what I mean? I just saw, like, some crazy clip of some kid from Idaho that's running like a 10-1.
No problem. Yeah.
Son,
well,
like,
fast.
Like,
I don't know if he a problem or not. Fact.
We'll find out if he a problem, I guess. But if you know what I'm saying, but like their eyes are so, we got, like, we're talking about people trying to debate with people in that staff that have been around this their entire lives, and that's all they've had to do. Right? Like, we got jobs. Like, we try to fit in some huddle tape, you know what I mean, and talk to people who know shit and be like, all right. But sometimes, like, when you talk to people, like, is talking to them gonna form my opinion for this player? You know what I mean? Like, that's also the things you gotta look out for. But like, if they're recruiting to Idaho, like, I gotta give them the benefit of the doubt that they know what they're looking for, and that staff, a good amount of those coaches did really well at Oregon as far as recruiting. Like, the recruiting doesn't mean you're gonna win every game, right? Like, that's not how that. Like, recruiting those wins, recruiting wins like that means you're gonna win the majority of your games. And when was the last fucking time we said that? You know what I mean? Like, just
talent acquisition in any company, right? Talent acquisition is important. In fucking Frito-Lay or, you know, Apple or Google, talent acquisition. They trying to get the best that they can get.
Best of the best.
When you have a 6'3", 200-pound kid running a 10-1 in 100 or something like that, crazy. We get him on campus, we can develop him. That's the second part of it, right? Getting them on campus, getting the talent on campus, and then developing and molding that talent. You know what I mean? You have them on campus, that's cool, but what you gonna do with them? So
you know what you're gonna do? You're gonna KB it, and you're gonna teach them that it's okay to fail, and understand why that won't happen again. But if you do fail, we're gonna be right here to support you. Yeah, man. It's yo, that KB shit in that wood. And we're gonna have to get an offensive a trenches guy on the show to break down how crazy passionate Maribal was to break down, you know what I'm saying, the offensive line. Because that whole lingo is things that are foreign to me. So we got to get somebody on to break that down. All right, man, let's get into this. Let's get into this ad for our good people at Caneswear. We're gonna have an announcement after we announce the winners. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, look, I can't wear the hat, but everything I'm wearing is from Caneswear. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to the fact that nobody, if y'all listening, you know what I'm saying, or watching, yes, me and Joe are wearing the same shirt. It was completely unplanned, but that's sometimes what happens, man.
I came on, I'm like, yo, come on, son, we can't be doing this. I know, but mine's is cotton fully. His is the breathable, stretchy joint. So
stretchy type, athletic fit here out here, man. All right, let's shout out to Caneswear.
Welcome to Caneswear. Family owned and operated since 2010. Caneswear has all latest merchandise for the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Inter Miami Soccer, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of I-595, or online at caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot Miami fans shop.
All right, guys, you already know what it is, man. Look, we had 22 comments on our YouTube. Only 3 of them said the keyword, man, or the key phrase, which is Final Four. So, for the winners, man, $10 gift card. Angel Kane, back-to-back. 9-4 Hurricane. Got it again. Shout out to you finally reaching out to Brett for Caneswear, man. Getting you right. We're not messing around out here. $25 gift card, man. Chalupa Batman, a.k.a. Corey, man. You got that, boy, man. You got that $25, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
man, we out here.
On that Caneswear site every day. Buying
Man.
out the store. So,
yeah,
you
man.
got $25 towards that, man.
Yeah, man. We got you, man. We got you.
We got to 700. 700 subs, man.
It's crazy. It's crazy, man.
Yeah, man.
Like, that's one of those things that, like,
1,000, man.
On the road, man. Sound like we started this 4 months ago. Mm-hmm. It's crazy the support we got, man. We're so thankful, so appreciative of every single person that's retweeted us, liked, comment, you know what I'm saying, subscribed. We work for y'all, man. We appreciate that y'all laughed really hard when Joe embarrassed me last week, flipping that slow ass hat turn. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, that hasn't been forgotten. We still fam. We good. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I was I'm saying I was that should hurt a little bit, but it's fine. And they still don't have that hat in store. I'm not happy about it. Nah. Hey, man, what you got? Putting you on the spot, man. What you got for the keyword for Wednesday's show?
All right, keyword for Wednesday. Javion.
Ooh. Oh, okay.
Javion.
Okay.
We're gonna do Javion.
Okay.
Javion. 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 Keyword.
Yo, Javion, the scientist, man.
Yeah.
Javion be in the lab. Javion fucking telling you the theory of relativity right now.
Sir,
hey, man.
Yes,
so we got some big news, man. Before we get into our
hold on. Let's get into the unforgettable real quick.
Oh, we gonna do that first? All right.
Yeah, let's get into the unforgettable. Then we'll end it on the good news, man. All right, who we got today?
Let them know, man.
All right, so we went off. Did we go offense last week?
We did. Yeah, we went with Jonathan Feliciano.
Okay.
Yeah, man, Mr. No Neck. You know what I'm saying?
We went for Feliciano last week. You know what I mean? So we going back to the defensive side of the ball. We going back and forth.
Already know.
We have a safety. We have a safety.
Mm-hmm.
Now, he was in that defensive backfield. You know, he was bopping cats. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Laying that hammer down. I'ma just, you know what I mean? I don't like to,
talk too much, you know what I'm saying?
And all that. Let's just
hit that play. Oof, that number one. That number one, boy.
Oh, wow. You see the name.
You see
the name.
If y'all listening, man. If y'all listening on podcast, Kenny Phillips out here, man. Numero uno.
K-Phil. Unforgettable.
Unforgettable, man.
Oh.
Look at that score, 36-30. Bam. We think you're going. No, K-Phil got you. No.
Is that the last time?
Go back and watch. It might be. Shit. Like, honestly.
Bonga.
I don't remember the time we beat Clemson. When was the last time we beat Clemson? I remember the Giovanni Bernard games. You know what I'm saying? When they all of a sudden Gio Bernard. Yeah.
That's probably a penalty today.
No, 100%. He's out of the game. Like, he's out. Like, yeah, that's there.
He going home.
Look at that. Colorado? Is that playing Colorado?
Yeah, son.
Man, that's crazy.
Look at
that, man.
Love it. I love it, man. Wrapping up, flying to the ball. Oh, I hated those
Oh,
uniforms.
throwbacks.
Lord have
Those
mercy.
are not. Those are not
Oh,
good looking. No, that's not. Those are not.
That
What the? Were
that
we
was a
saying? Was it
low.
the eight?
That was low right there.
A low times in American history, right there. Even though, you know what, I'll say this: I didn't like the gold, obviously, on the helmet, but man, the hurricane warning, I kind of like that as a helmet, but just not in gold. Maybe in a white.
Yeah, facts. Yeah,
I didn't like these uniforms either. If we going, I didn't like this, like the random orange sleeve. I didn't like those. What we talking about?
all right, man. Kenny Phillips, man. Run down the stats.
Hey, man, you already know, man. Everybody knows 133 solo tackles, 70 assisted for 203 total tackles, 13 and a half tackles for loss for a safety. That's crazy. 7 interceptions in his 3-year career at UM. Didn't return them for much, though. Just 10 yards, 1.4 yards per return. Hey, man, Kenny Phillips was one of those last. I mean, you could go like Jaquan Johnson. We're going to have that conversation about like when you take out the two GOATs, right? Because we had two. Like two back there. You can't include. We're gonna have to do like a top 5 safeties as a comp. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe next one, top 5 safeties at UM, because like 2-6 and 2-0 are, you know what I'm saying, in the upper echelon of all timers. So that's we're gonna have to like do some talk about that. So that'll be a good conversation, man, on the next show. But yeah, man,
Blades too. You got Blades.
Yeah, no, you got the Blades guys. You got, you know what I'm saying? You got some people, man. You got some people out there. Jaquan Johnson, I think I put in there. I think I put it as far as a leader. But yeah, you know what I mean? But yeah, man. Look, when y'all listen to this, obviously you listen throughout the week. Not everybody listens the day it comes out. Or when y'all watch spring game, we're gonna have a meet and greet, man. You've seen the flyer all over social media. What y'all don't know is behind the scenes, we've been talking to some people, man. We're trying to get some content creators confirmed. There is still some more pending, right? You know what I'm saying? Because it is a Friday. It is a Friday. You got to know people's work schedule. As of right now, Joe, do you want to? I toss it up to you. You want to say who's confirmed?
Let's do one an episode. Let's just do a reveal per episode.
Okay.
Man.
All right. I'll let you go.
Who you want to? We should have prepared because we could have had the logo pop up or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, hey, look, the flyer's done. You know what I'm saying? I've shown it to you. The graphic is done. You know what I'm saying? We calling it. So I'm gonna reveal what we calling it, and Joe's gonna give you the first name that he's choosing to reveal, and then next episode we'll reveal another one. So look, man, we're calling it Into the Canes verse. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what it is. Honestly, I'm gonna tell you why I'm calling it that. I was watching Into the Spider-Verse. Shout out to Spider-Man. That's a dope ass movie. And I was like,
man.
What?
That's
a dope movie. Miles Morales, man. Don't be disrespectful to Spider-Man, son. Don't be disrespectful to Spider-Man. Hey, man, so we're calling Into the Canes verse, man. The graphic will be out. The graphic will be out soon because we still got some names and some graphics to put on there. But yeah, man, who you want to drop first as our early reveal, man?
Who's coming through, man?
You already know.
All right. So we got Mr. Locked On Canes himself.
Yes, sir. Yeah, man.
The living legend, son. One of the living legends. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
Mr. Alex Donald.
Yeah, man. The hardest working man in Canes podcast.
Show business. You know what I mean?
I ain't even gonna front. I ain't even gonna front on that one, man. You know what I'm saying? Confirmed him. We got some big hitters, man. We got
that man in person, man. You know what I mean?
I just want to shake his hand and ask him how the hell he does it every single day. Yeah. Every single day, man. Shout out to him, man. Look, that's where we get our information from, man. He gets to be in the building and talk about it. So can't nobody say nothing. I mean, can't nobody try to take away his street cred because that's just locked in, just like the podcast, man. It's locked on. So yeah, man, that's one of them. You know what I'm saying? Into the Canes verse. I don't know. I didn't appreciate Joe's reaction to why it came up with that name. You know what I'm saying? It was gonna be something else, but I couldn't make the graphic work, if I'm being honest. You know what I'm saying? But that's a behind, you know what I'm saying? That's a behind the scenes right there. Hey man,
we talking about Spider-Man, man. We talking about practice, man.
Yeah, man, that's what it was. You talk. First of all, it's a good ass movie. Don't be out here disrespecting Spider-Verse.
Man. We talking about Spidey, man.
Yeah, man, he got bit, son. What you talking? It was, you know what I'm saying? It was an atomic spider. It bit him. He turned. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to look. I'm not getting into this conversation with you. It's a good ass movie, fam. It's a good ass movie. All right, man. We got nothing else because Joe's had it with me and Spider-Verse, man. We out of here.
I'm not a Spider-Man fan, man. I'm not a Spider-Man fan, man. We can have a Marvel conversation.
Who's your guy?
Whenever we need to, we can have a Marvel conversation.
Who's your man then? Who you got? Let's end it on that. Who you got?
I'm not a Spider-Man guy, man.
Fan, but Into the Spider-Verse is different.
I'm a Thor guy. You know what I mean?
Okay, all right. At some point we are gonna have to have this conversation about Marvel because that's gonna have to happen. Yeah, we're gonna have to. I mean, this is the last 15 years of our lives. Is like that's the only movies that anybody's watched. All right, man. We got hey, in the comments, real quick in the comments, let us know who's your people for Marvel, man, and we'll see who wins. It doesn't have to be.
So there's a question. Hold on. Let's answer this question. You need 3. You need 3 cats with you.
Okay.
To take over some shit. You need 3 cats with you to defend you from what's about to happen. Who you taking, man? Like who you got?
See, I want to be clear on something. Just because I want to be clear on something. Just because I was watching Into the Spider-Verse doesn't mean that it's. I mean, without question, it goes Hulk, right? You go with Hulk because I mean it's Hulk. You go you go Black Panther, and I go Captain America.
I'm not taking none of them.
Hey, that's why it's my.
First of all, the way what Thanos did to Hulk, I can't really rock with Hulk. Like, I know it's Thanos. Right. I understand.
Yeah.
But he took Hulk fully out of character. Like Hulk does not come out no more because of him.
Fuck! You just destroyed my whole thing. Son, Hulk wears Hulk wears a sweater vest now. Like I'm saying, like
out of there, son. I can't.
Man,
he humbled that man. You know what I mean? And Black Panther. You know what I mean? Black Panther, rest in peace to my guy Chadwick, man.
Yeah, Chadwick, man. Ooh, that one hurt.
Black Panther be getting I don't know. He don't be dominating like I think he should, man. He be getting beat up.
Who you got there?
Thrown
you
around.
Got Thor? What you got, Thor?
Thor is definitely one of them.
Son, Thor, a random ass white girl walked by, like I think I love her. And that's it. That's the end. That's the end of Thor. That's the end of Thor. So, son. No,
Thor handles his business first, and then he gets back to the white chicks.
We're not doing this. We're not doing this at the end of the show because this is a longer conversation. You heard? We're not doing this at the end of the show.
All right, let me just name my 3. No context. Let me just name my 3.
Yeah.
Right? So I got Thor. I can understand Captain America. I can understand that. I'm not opposed to Captain America.
Yeah. Just the kid from Brooklyn. Yep.
I got Wanda.
What?
I got Wanda. Son. I got Wanda.
You got crazy.
I got Wanda Maximoff.
All right.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I see what you did there. Okay.
And I got Tony Stark.
Okay.
Easy money. I got Tony Stark. Easy money.
Yeah,
Tony Stark is coming.
Oh,
definitely.
No, yeah. I was torn between Tony and Captain America. That's why I went Captain America. I didn't think of the context of we're saying like right now. I was just saying like Hulk in general, not like Hulk with a sweater vest. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm saying like Hulk in the first Avengers. I'm always angry Hulk.
Right.
Yeah.
Hulk.
Yeah. Before Thanos.
Not getting pounded out by Thanos. You know.
Don't say it like that. Pause. Don't say it like that. Don't
Money said
don't say it like that.
Thanos' man said, chill, let him have his fun.
Yeah, I know.
Thanos just, come on, man.
I know. He Mayweathered him. It was very disrespectful.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. All right. Fuck. All right. We're gonna have to have that conversation.
Now we're gonna have to think about this. Now we're gonna have to have some explanations, man.
Yeah. We're gonna have to. I mean, hey, look, the offseason gonna be real dry with content, man. So we saving that one. All right, guys, we got nothing else, man. You already know what it is, man. It's that You Heard podcast. We out.